Hi, I'm Kyle, a tired therapist.
And I'm Jackie, also a tired therapist.
And together, we are
Two tired therapists. Welcome to the pod. Hello.
Hello.
We sound very subdued.
We are.
I'm tired.
Well, as we've famously talked about, we spend too much time together. I've seen you every day this week, including last night.
I saw you less than 12 hours ago.
Less than 12 hours ago. Here we are.
Here we are once again.
Edward was like, why didn't we do a sleepover? I said, we've already done that.
Yeah, we did. We have done that.
We did that. We did that.
We couldn't do that. No, one of us would have to bring our dogs.
That's right. We always forget about the dogs. Well, I would ask how you're doing, but I know because I've seen you. But
right.
Tell the listeners, tell the readers, dearest gentle readers.
Oh my God, I'm good. I'm tired. I feel old.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that now? Like when you don't have one good sleep and two enough sleep, I just feel like I used to be able to bounce back. What happened?
Well, and I had a drink last night.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ugh.
You had a drink that was a double. So did I.
I'm going to be hungover for days.
I told Justin, I was like, I almost wanted to order a second one, but I was afraid of what was going to happen if I did. That one wasn't bad though. It was pretty good. It was the raspberry lemonade. It was actually raspberry schnapps. Yeah. It was good.
For the readers, we went to Saw.
Oh.
We went to Saw.
It's basically Saw.
Bob the drag queen last night.
Yes, her stand-up routine, which was so
delightful. Delightful.
Great, fantastic. Would definitely see again. Yeah, honestly. She was like, I'm trying out some new material, and it was all bangers.
We were like, yes.
It was all bangers.
Loved it.
Which was funny because I watched her most recent YouTube video this morning. It was with, well, you don't know who this person is, but it was with Plain Jane, who was a drag queen on one of the more recent seasons. And she was talking about Limp Bizkit in the beginning of the video. And I was like, is this where this came from?
Where this started? Is this the birth? Is this the birth?
Yeah. So it was good. I had a nice time. But yeah.
And for all of my other staff, Jackie's not my favorite. Don't come to me and be like, oh, so you hang out with Jackie outside of work.
It doesn't happen very often, to be totally honest.
I like you all in different ways. It's like when you have kids, right?
Sure.
Like you don't have a favorite, right?
Sure.
Well, I don't know. I can't say, but
And this is where I learned that I'm not the favorite.
Right.
No, I don't think I am, but no. So yeah, how are you? What's new?
Well,
I love your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This is my Beyonce Jolene shirt.
I love it.
Edward's making fun of me because it's too big.
It is a little big, but it's fine.
It's too big, but it's a small. But I know.
It's a small.
I think it's a small. I'm pretty sure it's a small. Expose. What's it say?
It says small.
There, see. But I'm petite. I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
As yesterday you were telling me you were about to be Tammy and Amy.
Combined.
Right.
Tammy,
oh my God. You know what came up on my
them.
feed the other day that I thought of you? I should have sent you the video. I actually think it was last night when I was about to go to bed. Did you ever watch My 600-Pound Life? That one doctor that was on it who was so just matter of fact.
Yeah.
And it was a couple of clips of him and it was one person and she was, 600 plus pounds and she goes, I'm a really picky eater. He goes, you're not a picky eater.
Right.
Just
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't mean. It was you're not a picky eater.
Name? Like
Dr. Now or something.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that was that one was a little bit more savage, but it was this woman. And again, she's 500 plus pounds. And she's just like, well, I have to eat when I feel hungry. He goes, you've ate enough for the next 4 years. 4 years. Yes. He told her, you've ate enough for the next 4
You'll be fine.
years.
Yes. And there's another one similar to that where she's like, I'm going to starve. He's like, look at you. You're not going to starve. There was another one. It wasn't him, but I saw recently. It was a woman. I don't know who she was. But she was like, well, let's get you on the scale. And the woman's like, let me take my sweater off. And she was like, do you think that's going to matter? I mean,
me at the doctor.
Reading.
It's fundamental.
Reading the dolls.
And now what is on? I sent you that Sylvia Brown.
Love.
Now my feed is all Sylvia Brown.
Wild.
I just watched one right before you came over where it was some lady was just I don't know, something about her house. And she goes, you need to look up George and Hazel Pickering, P-I-C-K, blah, blah, blah. And she's just like, well, our house is only 10 years old. And she goes, honey, the land.
The land, honey. The land. You could never.
She was so big on
that.
You
could never.
Anyway.
So that woman made me gay. I'm so sorry.
She is.
Those nails. That's how I knew I was gay.
It was like my husband. My husband went missing. What happened? He drowned.
Oh, honey, he's dead.
Yeah, no.
Right.
They should. Anyways, we should do an episode.
Or people
on her.
ask about like
ideas.
health stuff. She'll be like, the lungs.
The lungs.
They haven't looked in the lungs. Love her. Love her. Well, on an unrelated note, what is tired?
Oh, okay.
It's not Sylvia Brown.
I have been. Do you want me to go first? I have.
Been. Why don't you go first?
So, I guess this is a twofold one, but I'm just going to use one of it today. Maybe I'll use it on a different episode. So it's tired when we are, and I'm just going to say this, and it's going to be in a direct attack on a community, but I don't love when the medical professionals are in the TikToks and the Instagram Reels peddling their bullshit.
Oh my
I saved a video to show you specifically, but I'm really tired of, there's just one NP and she does this crazy, like, I'm getting ready for it in the morning. And then everything at the bottom is the products linked on my Amazon storefront.
Right.
And she's got like a bunch of shit. Like it's just a bunch of shit. And I'm so tired. And she's like, I'm a nurse practitioner. I don't expect, I tell my clients to do this and it's because like I do it myself. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend 45 minutes doing gua sha on my lymphatic system.
And that doesn't make it right.
No, and it doesn't
or accurate.
Scientific
or true.
Evidence doesn't really lend itself to some of that
Right.
stuff. But
Right.
I'm so tired. And then they're just like peddling the shit that they
for money.
More shit in our landfill is great.
Right.
Anyways.
Yeah, just because you're an NP doesn't mean shit. I mean, we know that.
And it's crazy. Like there's so many of them that are like medical professionals or medical adjacent professionals.
Right.
There's a lot that are not doing it, but I'm just
Right.
they come up on my feet every so often and I cannot.
Right.
So that's what's tired.
I
don't want your shit.
I agree. Well, I have one. Now, I saved this one. But it became relevant to you and I this week.
Oh no.
We experienced this together.
Oh good.
I
love that
but
for
it
us.
didn't come from this week. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
Giant headphones with the microphone.
Yeah.
It's tired. It's 2025.
It's looking air traffic control.
It's looking air traffic control.
Or like a customer service rep at a call center. Like
even you don't, honey, you don't need them.
No, the microphones are so good now.
They're so good. I'm not saying you got to go get the AirPods because those suck anyways. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Apple. They're not great. I have a pair. I hate them. But like, you don't need them. First off, even if you work a call center job, they have demure ones.
Yeah, they
these days. So I don't know. What I wrote it down was because I think I see a lot of truckers with these on, which first off, unsafe to have headphones on while you're driving. PSA. Can I put it out there?
It's correct. Have I done it? Yes.
Have I done it? Yes. But yeah, come on. We can do better. We can do better.
You just don't have to.
It's not cool.
The microphones now and cameras are so much better.
Right.
They pick up, like, it's almost like the same thing.
Yes.
And it reminds me of like being like a singer in the 90s. Like you have this giant like thing right now. It's just
but even that looked better than like, it's basically the headphones we have now with like this microphone, but like this microphone attached to it.
I know.
And you're wearing
we did experience that.
While you're, I won't go further. I won't expose, but
I doubt
the state library. The state library. You're sitting in the state library.
That well, we could say that
that's
for another
insider
one.
Baseball. So yeah, so that's what that is.
We love.
That's tired. So Jackie, what are we doing today?
Well,
what's going on?
I figured we had to Well, okay, let me reverse and rewind. So you told me to watch this documentary like right after it came out.
Right.
I think it was like a week, and then my mom texted me and was like, "Have you watched this?" And I was like,
"Kyle
just told me
it's rare for me to be."
On the cutting edge
of
what's coming out,
pop culture.
And so then when my mom texted me, I said, okay. I said, now I told her, I was like,
I said, Kyle telling you,
I said, Kyle told me I need to watch this. So I decided to watch it, which unfortunately for me, it got spoiled because like the week or two after it came out, it was like top page news on like everything, which is fine. So this is your warning. I'm giving you the biggest spoiler disclaimer I think I could ever give a podcast. If you've not watched Unknown Number, the High School Catfish documentary on Netflix, you need to stop this episode. You need to go watch it.
It's like what, 2 or 3 episodes?
It's one episode. It's like an hour and a half.
It was a movie.
It's like an hour.
That's right.
I don't think it's more than an hour and a half.
No, I don't think
it's about.
so.
So this is your warning. I'm not going to do any more spoilies because it is. I mean, we have to talk about this whole thing because I can't just not talk about the ending of it. So here's your chance. I'll a moment of silence for you to log off.
Moment of silence for those who came before.
Okay, great. You're back.
I hate it.
Well, because okay.
Yeah.
So it is this documentary. So I don't think it's going to be part of the episode. Kyle and I were talking as we were just getting ready, and ChatGPT let me down on this one. It's fine. We'll make it work. But
we persevere.
Yes.
We adjust.
We overcome. So, Unknown Number, the High School Catfish documentary, again, Netflix. It literally came out about 3 weeks ago from this record. It came out that end of August. So it follows a small town high school thrown into chaos by a mysterious online catfisher. Students receive harassing and manipulative messages from an online anonymous source, sparking fear, suspicion, paranoia across the community. As the school and teens and the adults, truly the parents as well, try to uncover the identity of the catfisher, the story exposes the dangers of online anonymity and the psychological impact of digital deception. The documentary blends true crime, teen drama, and social psychology to explore how trust, manipulation, and social dynamics play out in the digital age. Which is kind of like a generic ChatGPT gave that to me, which I think is basically what happens is it's these two, I think when this messages start, they're like in 9th grade. They're like 13, 14-year-old.
They were young.
Lauren and Owen. They're this couple that they've been together for like a year or two at that point. And Lauren, they start getting texts from a number that they don't know that are like weird. And I unfortunately, I scoured the internet, Kyle.
I'm sure.
Scoured the depths of hell.
I don't doubt your
because the last
commitment.
couple of weeks of the internet have been just a treacherous place to be.
Wow.
But I could not find a printout of her text, so I had to go through a bunch of articles and back through the documentary, and I did write down some of the best ones and we will discuss. We will discuss all of these.
And she did it for you, dear reader. I mean, just know that.
Well,
this woman's commitment.
I don't know how you felt
is astounding
with these texts because I laughed at a lot of them because they are so crazy, absolutely unhinged.
I think they start out kind of just like bullying, normal teenage bullying.
Yeah, so
and then it gets wild.
Yes,
wet and wild.
So to set the scene of where this started, because I did watch like the first 20 minutes this morning again, just to remind myself of how this all started. So the texts start. There's a Halloween party. Lauren and Owen are dating. Owen is invited to this Halloween party. Lauren is not. And Owen's like, well, you're with me, so you're going to come with me. And she just didn't want to because I guess Lauren didn't really get along with all the girls in her grade or whatever. And so the texts start like a little bit before this party. And so one of the first texts was received. It was like, hi Lauren, like Owen's going to break up with you. Yeah. And so, but the other one was like before this Halloween party, and I'm quoting this directly, not sure what he told you, but he is coming to the Halloween party and we are both down to fuck.
Love.
Again, they're like 13, 14 years old.
Well,
so
DTF.
Essentially they just start getting all these messages. I think Owen's dad says like they were basically getting 30 to 50 messages a day from this number, and it's a random number. They don't know. They try to call the number. The person doesn't answer. They continue to text.
I think it kept changing too, because the
numbers did change.
They got new numbers, or they blocked them, or
yeah. Like at one point, I think the area code changes because I think the spoilies, the mom is the one texting the daughter and the boyfriend. So and it's.
But you don't know that at first.
No, you don't know that for...
It does truly start as a mystery.
About halfway through the documentary is when it's revealed. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you've seen the reveal videos of people, but they are really hilarious. Like the reaction videos of them finding out the mom is the...
Oh, I haven't seen
any. I meant to... There was a BuzzFeed article, but I couldn't copy the link. I was so mad. But it was like a bunch of TikToks of people like filming their parents watching the documentary hilarious. And then finding out. And it was really funny.
Is it because you were reading it at work?
Yes. Yeah.
That I probably told you it was fine.
Yeah. Well, no. So, okay. So let's go through.
We'll be talking about that on Monday.
We're gonna dissect some of these text messages. And again, this is a mother to her daughter. I just want to make that clear before I start reading some of these text messages. So I need you to tell me what you think of these.
This will be fun because I've been telling you I wanted to go back and watch it now knowing
it's the mom.
The truth.
Yeah.
Because you'll probably talk about it, but they were interviewing the mom.
I honestly didn't do whole... But
she was involved in the interviewing before you find out.
Yes.
And so after you find out, you're like, well, what has she been saying this whole time? So this will be good to go back with a new perspective.
Yeah. So, okay, just tell me what you think of these texts. You are the ugliest person I've ever seen.
Love that. You
have no friends. We all fucking hate you. Again, this is a mom to her daughter.
Right. Right.
I'm reading these texts verbatim. I wrote them down verbatim, including the letters, because it's not like you, it's like the letter U.
Yes.
Fuck off, you nasty skank whore.
Well,
fucking, well, it's effing. Effing trash bitch, don't effing wear leggings. Ain't no one want to see your anorexic flat.
Yep.
That one made me laugh out loud when I watched the documentary.
Right.
I was like, oh my, I was
Right.
like, what is that?
Right.
I'm so sorry. Some of these are to Owen, and you'll figure it out. My fucking tits in his face.
Yep.
Her mom to her daughter.
Yep.
Fucking make him horny, make it cream.
Yep.
To Owen. That one was to Owen.
Right.
You are worthless and mean nothing. You never have. Get a fucking life out of here.
Yeah. I mean, it escalated.
Oh, no.
It went.
Oh, his dick and fingers, my pussy and mouth.
Well,
again, a what? She was probably late 30s, early 40s woman to a 13 to 14-year-old child.
Her child.
So, yeah, to her child, and to some of these, to some of these were to Owen.
I mean, they'd been together for some time,
Yes.
so he was a
right
pillar in their home.
Sure, yeah. And their parents became friends, and so the parents would hang out, and then the kids would hang out together.
And these kids, I mean, they were good kids.
They were like athletes. They were good in good. It sounded like presumably good in school. Like nothing,
they weren't like bad kids.
And they're from this town in Michigan, and it's like a smaller town. Anyways, here's some more. Jump off a bridge. Kill yourself now, bitch. That was some of the more rougher ones. Ugly, lesbian looking anorexic.
Yep.
He wants sex. Again, he's like 13, 14 years old.
Right.
Owen wants sex, BJ's, and making out. And then BJ's. And the letter N, making out.
But do you think she was trying to sound like a teenager?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, okay. and then the documentary kind of at one point she calls Lauren Lowe, which is her like nickname. So then it becomes sort of like a, who is this person? Because obviously it's somebody close who would call her that.
Everyone uses that nickname.
Right. And then one of my other favorite ones, he don't want your sorry ass. I mean, there were hundreds, and they
were all like that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, one a day.
No, this was like constant. And then at one point I don't know if this was, I assume it was like a screenshot of them and they just superimposed the messages on the screen, but it was like paragraphs full of messages as well. It went too fast for me to like pause it and like see what exactly she was saying, but it was a lot. So yeah. So Kendra, the mom, is texting this, but also at the same time, like pretending like she isn't doing this. Like she's part of the investigation. Like they go to the principal. They're like, you need to figure this out. The principal's like, fuck this.
Moms,
like,
yeah, the Owen's mom too. They both went and confronted the principal because they were like, you're not doing enough. And I don't know. I would say the school was doing a lot, actually. They were like watching the cameras.
Yeah, they were like
trying to coordinate. Like
they were trying to see
when did you receive a message
and
who's on their phone.
Yep, and who was on their phones. And then they were interviewing some of the kids in the earlier stages. And then and this went on for almost 2 years, like 2 full years. It was a long time. It started in October 2020, and I think it ended in like I don't remember, July or August of 2022.
Yeah.
So it's like, and there was a period of time where there were no messages. I think it was like almost like the first couple happened, and then it was like almost a year later that they started getting the message. And then the messages were like increasing from that point on.
Right.
And so it's really interesting because it's like the parents were like, we didn't really know, like they go to the school. Well, then finally at some point, and we're skipping so much stuff, but it's not worth doing like a complete rehash of this. But then they were like, okay, we're gonna get the FBI involved because this is clearly like outside of our control.
Well, because I think there were like threats made. It was something about like they were going to kill somebody or hurt somebody.
It was when they started threatening Lauren to say like, go kill yourself.
Right.
Because then, and it's so funny because it's like the mom, I think it's revealed at that point. No, it wasn't. It was after that.
Because the FBI found out who it was. Yeah. They found out.
I can't. Anyways, I laugh because it is just, it's wild. I don't even, I can't fathom. We'll talk about it. I just have a very rough outline, but so they essentially figure out that it is the mom. And then they have this lovely little body cam footage of you can see a family implode in real time. And I'm telling you, it was delicious. It was one of the best things I've seen in a while.
Delulu.
And I felt so bad for the dad. I think his name is Sean, Lauren's dad, the husband, now ex-husband of Kendra. Because so they go to the house and it's Kendra and Lauren at the house. And they've had some other issues, like they had to move a couple times because like Kendra like lost her job or like had to change a job or whatever. So like they've had a allegedly, and so they've kind of their socioeconomic status and like has kind of like went down a little bit. So they go to this house and it's super small and like they walk in and they're talking to Kendra and they're like, we know, and she's like, what?
Right.
And they're like, no, Kendra, like we got you, bitch.
It came back to you.
Yeah, we got you, bitch. Like we know you've been doing it. Like and then at one point she's like, oh, well, what phone did you take? And then her husband asks that later. Well, she has multiple phones. Again,
didn't they take like, I don't know, like 6 phones from her?
It was more than, I think it was more than 2. So they're telling her, they're like, they basically got her for felony stalking, which I think is crazy because she was sending sexual messages to a 13-year-old, but I also think because it was messages and not actions, there's not really much more. But they were like, we're charging you with felony stalking because like, I mean, it was wild. And so then they bring Lauren out and they're sitting in their kitchen, I think. And it's so weird that they did not separate them. Like that was, to me, I was like, why did they not make her go outside or make Lauren go outside?
I don't know why I mean, he was basically like, we need to tell Lauren. And I was kind of like, do we need to tell her right now? Like,
I mean, I think they should have waited till her dad got home and then, but that's not how it happened. And honestly, it turned out okay because Lauren isn't wild. Like, I mean, but she's sitting there and Kendra's like hugging her and they're like, Lauren, it's your mom. She did this. And she's basically admitted to this. And her mom's hugging her and she's like, what?
I mean, hugging is a loose term. She's like a leech.
She was like trying to crawl into her skin.
Right.
And she was like, well, this is my baby. And blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, we called Sean, like he's on the way. And so then they go outside and Sean's there and they tell him essentially the same thing. They're like, it's Kendra. Like we tracked it to her. And he's like, well, which phone do you have? And they're like, well, what do you mean? We need all her phones. We have search warrant. We want everything.
He went in there and he clocked her tea and he said, give her all 6 phones or however many, like she's got this phone. She's got that phone.
He went in. You're 100% accurate. He goes in there and he's like, "You're done. We're done.
Right.
I've called your parents.
Right. No, he was
Yikes.
like, wasn't he like, I think you need to go stay with your parents?
Yeah.
She was like, I don't want to do that. And he was like, oh no, I've called them.
And they're on their way right now.
Actually on their way right now.
Yeah.
And they've actually prepared the guest suite for you.
Yeah. And she was like, but I don't want to be separated from my daughter. And it was weird. It was weird.
I don't want to be separated from my daughter that I've been bullying for nearly 2 years.
Like cyberbullying my daughter.
Yeah. But he was like, no, you got to go.
Yes. And then he's, and poor Sean, I honestly felt the worst in a way for him because it was like, I mean, everything in one false swoop.
He handled it really well. I probably would have gone in there and killed her.
I would have taken the lighter fluid and I would have just started.
Yeah. Right.
And then immediate.
They would have been like, let's go in and talk. I'd be like, I need to go grab
hold on one second.
A gas can real quick. And they'd be like, what? I'd be like, it's fine.
I need to go chop a tree in the back. I need to know where my axe is.
Right. I need my axe because I'm going to axe this bitch.
And so and Lauren's just kind of sitting there. Like she doesn't really, she's like not really reacting. She's like, okay. And then they take Kendra. She gets charged. She goes to prison for a little bit. While in prison, she talks to Lauren quite a bit. They converse. But now during the documentary, she's out of prison. She's on parole, I believe.
I think so.
And they can have no contact. And also I will say a weird thing about the documentary that I didn't love is that it's clearly been filmed in 2 different like time frames. Cause there's like Lauren who is like talking to her mom, like when she's in her bedroom, like with her hair, I think her hair is tied a little bit back. Like that's Lauren from like 2 years prior to like the documentary. And then at the end when it's like her in the gray sweatshirt with like her hair straight, that is like current day Lauren where she's like, I don't want to talk to my mom anymore. Because for a long time she was like, I love my mom. We need to have a relationship. And then when she got out of prison, they're like, you can't talk to her. So yeah, it's really interesting. Let's talk about Kendra's reason for why she did this. Do you remember what she said?
Vaguely. There was this whole cock and bull story that
that's a nice way to put it.
I don't know that it holds any merit. I mean, people are complicated and we can validate that, but again, doesn't mean I don't have something to say about it.
Basically, her rationale was
trauma.
She had gotten raped or sexually assaulted or at age 17. Lauren at the time was like 14, maybe 14 at most. And so she didn't want Lauren to go through what she went through. So she started bullying her.
Right.
And it's because of her trauma that she did this. And I sat there and I was like, I'm no expert on trauma.
Sure.
but trauma doesn't make you cyberbully someone. I'm so sorry. That's just not the, that's not the T for trauma.
There's no blueprint for trauma and how people react.
Sure.
I would say this is a loose association though. I think there is a bit of common sense that comes into people reacting with trauma, right? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes people who are sexually assaulted become like hypersexual. Like,
yeah,
that makes sense.
Right.
know?
There's the,
Sometimes they cut everyone off. That makes sense.
Sure.
Sometimes they're not nice, but do they cyberbully their own children for almost
telling
2
your child
years?
to kill yourself multiple times?
I can't say that is something I've heard frequently.
Sure.
Could it be an outlier? Maybe, but I don't know. I mean,
I don't know, Miss Kendra.
To say, but Miss Kendra, I don't know. Well, because then she tried to say too that the initial messages weren't her. Do you believe that?
She said one of like was it the very first one? There was like some in the beginning. She was like, that was not me.
That wasn't me. I just kept it going.
And the FBI guy was like, no, it was you. We tracked it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe that. I think it was her.
Well, and it's interesting because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how you feel about like online stuff in general nowadays. It's a hellfire dumpster fire escape. But I mean, you're hiding behind a screen. So like, just your opinion, do you feel like at some point she like detached herself from like, this is my daughter, to just like letting her like wild thoughts like run rampant? Because she was like not, I know she was like living with her daughter, but like she's not face to face with her daughter when she's sending these messages.
Well, no, because I guess not. Her daughter's in the other room. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it's like letting your intrusive thoughts win. Like that's what this feels like.
A psychopath, then I think she would have had to, because look, you and I, not a big fan of kids, right? Not huge.
Sure.
But even still, I could not imagine, no matter how traumatized I am.
Yeah.
And again, this is where you never know. You just never know. But I just can't imagine sending those texts to my children, even if I didn't like them. Even if I was like, I can't stand you.
You wouldn't want to have a paper trail.
Well,
I mean, seriously.
Yes. But
no, I don't. I cannot relate to that frame of thought.
And I think we've talked about this at work. It's been a hot topic. And people have talked about, well, it made her, maybe she was creating this so she could be kind of like the savior, right? Like then she was needed. But that doesn't feel right either. Because I feel like it's not, they were, as far as we know, they didn't get into the family dynamics too much, but they didn't come from like a broken home.
No, they had presumably.
If mom was like a drug addict and a hooch, like then I might see that.
Right.
But if they were fine.
Well, and like
Lauren seemed well adjusted.
Yeah, like she was an only child. Like I forget what her dad does or did at the time.
Like construction or something.
Yeah,
maybe?
Something like that. And then Kendra was working in HR at one point, and then had told everybody she was working at this local university in IT, which they found out later was not true, and that she'd been fired from like several positions during the time she was like doing this catfish stuff. So yeah,
so she was catfishing her entire family.
Yeah,
too.
she was basically lying to everybody. And I will say something that I think we should point out that is really important, at least to me. And again, I'm not going to diagnose Kendra because I don't know that anything.
I don't even know.
I don't think anything truly fits. But there is a point where they're talking to, I believe it's her cousin, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we used to be really close. We were like kind of like raised like sisters." And she was like, the funny thing is like I'm here talking to you. Like she's talking to the camera. She's like, "I'm here talking to you." She goes, Kendra would be like, she would hate that. She would be dancing in the corner, so you would pay attention to her. Right. Like she likes to be the center of attention. And there was a lot of discourse online, and I will ask you this too, about potentially Kendra's romantic feelings towards Owen. Do you think that she had like a crush on her daughter's little boyfriend or not? I
don't know.
Because I can't justify. I don't know why she would like, make him horny, make it cream. Girl, what is that even like?
I don't know. I think I'm on the fence about that. Like if we were playing gay or straight, it would be bi, like I'm not totally like,
sure.
No, there's no way. But I'm also like, it's not. Yeah, that's not solid for me either, because a lot of it I think was focused on Lauren.
Yes.
So that could have been a component, but I don't know. I'm not sold
I'm on the fence. Yeah. I'm not 100% certain. I don't think she was like in love with him or trying to like, because they did ask Owen, like, did you like feel any. He was like, I mean, she would try to be like close to me, but it wasn't like, I don't know. It didn't cross a line in my opinion. But anyways,
for me, maybe, well, that's kind of my overall theory. Do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wonder if some of it is just like an extreme example of these people who want to relive their glory days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
like who never move. Like, and I'm so sorry to any of you that this is you. They never move out like their hometown. Like, they stay there. They do the same thing.
Yeah,
and they want to live that like high school life where like, oh, I was the main cheerleader. I was this. I was that. I wonder if this is just an extreme. Version of that.
Like, because she was trying to like.
I don't know if she were my patient, I have no idea what I'd diagnose her with. I mean, we don't have a lot of that information, but
no, I think based on what's in the documentary, I think you can make some cases for like symptoms of borderline personality disorder, symptoms of histrionic personality. I think you can make an argument for symptoms of stuff, but not a full blown diagnosis.
Not what we have. I mean, maybe it was just intrusive thoughts. Maybe it was a bit of like OCD stuff, but I don't know. I don't think she was like, oh, I'm about to fuck up my kid's life. I don't think it was that.
I don't think she started on that track.
Like, this is what I want to do.
I think what she said, because I don't know that I take her so seriously, because I think some of what she says is truth, and I think some of it is a lie, and I think some of it is just the story she's told herself that she is wanting to believe. Like, I think she's just told it to herself so she doesn't come, like, in her own mind, she doesn't come off as poorly. Like,
because especially when you add in what other stuff she was doing, at least that we know of, like lying to her husband about her job and what she was working,
and like lying to her friends about, like, because I mean, she like Owen's parents and Lauren's, like, all of them were very close, so like, I mean, she was basically living a huge lie. But I mean,
and maybe it's just she got in too deep and you can't get out. Like, sometimes there's, what did Bob call it last night, with the black hole. You
get to a point where you're just like basically sucked
like
into the black hole and you can't get out. Yeah,
like, maybe, but I don't know what got her there. I can't.
I mean, it wouldn't have.
I can.
It wouldn't have taken her much to, like, whatever phone she was using to, like, chuck it in a lake. Like, I mean, seriously, like that. I mean, if she was like, so,
because that's the thing too. She had to go through a lot of effort.
Oh, because she was like masking her number.
You had to go through all these things to mask your number. It wasn't just like a Google Voice number.
And let's bleed into the next part, which is the teenage groupthink, the teenage stuff. Because what was part of what she did at one point, which we mentioned earlier, was she was definitely trying to frame it on somebody who was like Lauren's age. Like, it was very clear that she was trying to make it look like. And there's one girl in the documentary, her name was Chloe, that I think was supposed to be the main target for all of it. And at one point, Chloe and her family went to vacation in Florida, and then the area code changed to be in Florida.
Right.
And so then they were like, really, so like and I felt bad for her a little bit, her parents, but well,
that's
a topic for another day.
Yeah.
But I felt bad for her because it was like people were like constantly, and her and Lauren did not really get along very well. Owen in the beginning said something very interesting that I've never heard someone say. That was like, I wouldn't say she was a bully, but she just, like, she wasn't nice. And I was like, well, right. And I was like, okay, that's kind of a nice way to say, like, she's not a nice person. Yeah, right. I was like, she's not. But so, like, it was interesting because, like, some of the texts would come after, like, because Lauren and Chloe were on the basketball team together. So, like, the text would reference the basketball game, and and Kendra was this person who scored the basketball games. So then, like, it was so funny because then Owen's mom and, like, Kendra would get together and they'd be like, okay, well, who was at the game that day, blah blah blah, who scored the most points, and then they were like, oh, it was Chloe,
because
like,
it was something very specific of, like,
it was like you would have to
know
how
people score more points than you or something.
Yeah, like you scored 12 points or whatever,
and that was a big
and I
clue.
scored like 18 or whatever. It was something like that. But what ended up happening was, like, their own version of kind of like a Lord of the Flies, like, we're going to vote you off the island. Because then everybody, because they all were trying to figure out who it was. Thoughts, comments, concerns?
Well, I think it's what you were talking about earlier of kind of the detriment of social media to these poor kids, of, like, they just get, again, sucked into this of, like, and kind of what we talked about in our traders episode too, where it's like, well, I think it was Chloe because I saw her on her phone.
Right.
In fourth period.
Yeah.
And then it just spreads like wildfire. Right. And now Chloe is a flop. And
and everybody is not talking
to
kill her. And it's just, Yeah, it's like when this is very similar to like the trader stuff with like groupthink and
Yep.
like we're going off of stuff and
Right.
And
Because there's so much uncertainty. You're just like, who could possibly be doing this? And it's,
right.
And they even kind of said it in the documentary where they're like, everyone was a suspect at some point, basically. Like you thought it was this person, that person.
Well, yeah, at one point they thought like Owen was doing it. They thought Lauren was doing it.
Right.
Towards, like they
Right.
and they were like quickly, and people gave up their phones to the police. I mean, like they did full blown, and they were like, no, these kids aren't involved. It was wild, especially like I think the most interesting part too, in some ways, is like the Owen's mom's reaction to finding out it was Kendra. She was like, I wanted to like.
She was like,
throw
fuck
up.
that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we'll talk a little bit about the aftermath and then we'll take a break. And then I have some more discussion questions for us. So, I mean, it was a lot, Robin.
It was a lot, Robin. Well, I think people, as it went on longer and longer, people finally were like, this is an adult. And I think it was like in the beginning, I was like, oh, what kid would do this? And then later, I don't remember it was a certain text. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, oh, this is an adult. This is not a child. And it was before they talked about it. But I was like, this is an adult doing this for sure. But I was thinking like it was the coach. I don't know, I thought it was gonna be some random person.
Yeah, like a rando person that, wasn't involved. Well, and it just was like, I mean, a lot of them too, like, and very valid, like a lot of the families were angry. It's like, we lost basically 2 years. And like afterwards, like people, like Chloe's parents were not happy at the end of the documentary. They were like, fuck the blah, blah, blah. Which I mean, I understand the sentiment of like, and they're like, we should sue. And I'm like, I mean, sue Kendra, I guess. But I mean, it's probably not going to go anywhere. But I mean, like, I get your daughter, like, it sucks. Like she, lost a lot of her friends. I mean, but I think the wider lesson is how to behave on social media and how to behave, in the digital age.
Right.
It's not their fault that this happened, but like,
no,
they were, at one point they were like, yeah, we never had anything private. Everything was public.
Well, it's like Bob said, it's not their fault, but it's not my problem. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but, and it's almost to like an everyone sucks here kind of.
Yes,
not
it
everyone
is.
sucks, but like nobody won. There were no winners here.
No,
like,
nobody's
thriving
it was
in this.
Psychological warfare in this town.
Everyone is traumatized.
And everybody needs therapy now.
Right.
It's just.
Right. Yeah.
And there's Kendra's ass just sitting there.
Doubling down. She doubled down. She was like, well.
Yeah, she was like,
I did what I thought was best.
Well, let's take a super quick break. And then I have some more questions.
Fabulous.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are back. Okay, ready for the discussion questions? Which I don't think we've really talked about these, but these are more practical questions of like, okay, what do you think makes catfishing so effective, especially in the high school setting or like with teenagers?
Well, my immediate thought is that they're stupid.
I was going to say. Agreed.
Catfishing. Well, I think it's the uncertainty. I think we've talked about this before. When in the wake of uncertainty or a lack of information, your brain will fill in the gaps with whatever it can grab.
Sure.
It's kind of like online dating, right? Like if you talk online too much and you only see a couple pictures and you're like, I wonder if we have chemistry. I wonder if they're skinny. I wonder if they smell this way. Your brain will fill in the gaps with probably, what would I say? Like the ideal, right? So you're like, oh, well, they must be this, they must be that, which is what I'm looking for. And then they're not.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same with this where you don't know who it is. And so your brain goes, well, Chloe's a bitch, so it must be her.
Yeah.
Or, Jessica's weird, so it must be her. Like your brain just grabs on to make meaning because that's what it's supposed to do. That's why we see fucking pictures in the stars. Like, which I love. Don't get me wrong.
I think some of it too is like they're just more comfortable being like living their life online.
Right.
And so like having somebody that they talk to who they've never met is more commonplace than it is, unfortunately, for me and you, not to age us. But like, I just think, I just think it's easier. Like, Like even talking to like some of my clients are talking about their kids and like how they just like
Right.
they know people and they've never met or they've never met in real life. And they're like, isn't that weird? And I'm like, yeah and no, because that's just like what they're used
Right.
to. Like it's not,
Right.
you can talk to anybody anywhere.
It's normal.
I mean, this is not like I mean, you and I did like the ASL days of like, age, sex, location. I mean, like you
Right.
just, but like,
Oh, sure. How many times did I say, yep, 26 from California? For sure.
oh, my catfishing days.
Right.
That's an
Big
episode for
titty
another day.
bimbo from California here.
Yeah, I mean, so it's, well, and like, and I didn't at that time, and I didn't think I was talking to the person that I was talking to. I
No,
never
you have
thought
no idea.
I was
No
talking to
idea.
the person who said that they were. So I mean,
Right.
there's some level of that. So
I think on the opposite side, though, there's no like social consequences online either, right? Like if I
True.
text you anonymously that you're a dumb bitch, it doesn't feel bad because
Yeah.
I don't see your reaction.
yeah,
If I say it to your face, like you're gonna be like, "Oh my god," and then it's gonna feel bad,
Right.
Right. But doing it online, like that, there's no consequence. Like,
there isn't. Okay, tell me, how would you have reacted if you got these messages?
like from my mother,
Just in
Or
general,
just in
like
general?
the anonymous messages. Let's say you started getting these messages. How would you have reacted?
I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
I would.
And I would just block them and be like, "I'm done. Like, stop that."
I would start texting back, and I'd be
Oh.
like, "You're the fugly ass anorexic bitch."
Yeah.
I would 100% be
that.
like, I would be
I love
like, I
that.
would immediately be like,
Did you look in the mirror today,
yeah,
bitch?
yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you talking to yourself?
Right.
I would just,
Did you mean to text yourself?
Right.
Did you mean to text your mom?
Right.
I'm so sorry.
And they didn't really talk. And I wondered how often they responded. They didn't really talk
Yeah.
much about
They did say
the
they
response.
did, though.
In the beginning, they definitely responded
But
more.
I think it just kept coming and
But I just,
yeah.
I would have.
I love
and
that.
and I would,
Yeah.
and I probably would have eventually. But I mean, she would have kept making new numbers
That's
to do.
true.
But like, I mean, I would have definitely fucked with her. I'm so sorry, but that's what would have happened.
Yeah.
Why do you think Kendra was able to manipulate so many students without getting caught sooner?
Because she's an adult. Kids, again, I'm so sorry, children.
I mean,
if
she
you're
was
listening.
kind of savvy about it. If you really think
Yeah,
about how
yes.
the
This
actual
took
like
planning. This wasn't just like
No, she
like
was.
I said, she didn't just get a Google Voice number.
She didn't make up an email that's like fuck your mom 69 at gmail.com. Like she was like and this was like
Right.
before. Well,
She was
it's
using
not necessarily
like
before Google Voice, but
offshore like
yeah, she had like
whatever pylons.
untraced her.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, through all these different, like the FB fucking I had to dig into this to
Yeah.
be like, what is this?
yeah, and he explains it in the doc. It's kind of interesting if that's your thing. Like explaining like basically like he had to like go back and like do like via IP addresses because that's how you can tell like what something
Right.
is. And she had masked like pretty much all of it.
7,000 times or something crazy.
So yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're right.
I-
She's
well,
an adult, and it was
yeah, I think part of it was there was a little conniving on her part. But
Sure.
again, she's an adult, and she, again, going back to our trader conversation, she adjusted to the chaos
yeah.
and took opportunities where they came up
Well-
to be like, so when the whole Chloe thing came up, I'm sure she was like, yeah, I've heard that Chloe before. Like,
yeah.
just a little
Oh no, that's
nudge.
like when it amped up. I think with Fran Chloe, like when people started like being like, "Oh, it's her." She was
Right.
like, "Okay, I'm gonna really start."
Right.
Like,
I don't think she was orchestrating it, but she, like I said, she was adjusting to
Sure.
all of the chaos. So I think you have all of these stupid teenagers, so sorry,
Yeah.
with all these raging hormones and emotions that they can't control, that
Yeah.
becomes an emotional contagion onto the parents, of
Yes.
course. And then she's just over here kind of like they're little puppets,
yeah.
like playing them.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. I'm going to ask this question because I think it's a good one. Which behaviors in the documentary felt the most manipulative or the most psychologically interesting? And I have one scenario that we have not talked about that I think is probably the most interesting thing.
You start, I'll think.
So I do think it was super interesting that, so Lauren and Owen eventually break up. So sorry to spoil the young
Yeah.
love, but they do eventually break up because of this. And Owen goes to some sort of baseball thing in a different town, meets a girl. They start dating, as you do at that age.
Sure.
And the girl's mom starts getting texts from Kendra.
Oh,
And like they
yes.
weren't even in the
Yes,
same
yes, yes,
town.
that's right.
Like that to me was abso-fucking-lutely crazy.
Wow.
How did she figure that out? How the fuck did Kendra find that person and then figure it out? Like,
Don't know.
and
There are
they
ways.
were able to prove everything was Kendra.
Yeah.
Like every message was Kendra, even though she said it
Yeah.
wasn't. So I mean,
Yeah.
that to me was the most interesting part
Yeah.
of it because it was like this layer of like if she was truly wanting to break Owen and Lauren up when they broke up, all of this would have stopped. Like truly,
Right.
That was because that's what she
Right.
said her goal was. She was like, I didn't want her to go through what I wanted. I wanted them to break up.
Right.
So then when it happened, she kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And then she went like 7 steps further and texted
Right.
a random number, Owen
Right.
wants, sex and BJs and making
Well,
that and her use of like language, I could tell like pretty early. If I didn't know it was the mom or an adult, like you could kind of tell pretty
at
early
that point,
on.
for sure, you were like,
Especially when the
this is
messages
adult.
got sexual, it was like no kid
No.
talks like that.
No.
Anyways,
Especially those, again, if it was some like riffraff from the street, maybe,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. I think for me, I guess the most interesting psychologically like behaviors would be her reaction when she was caught.
oh yeah, that is
Like the whole like
chef's kiss.
like trying to absorb Lauren into her body.
Yeah.
And like as they're sitting there being like, your mom's the crazy bitch that's been texting you. She was just like, my baby, like playing
She was
with
like,
her
yeah, she was like,
hair,
yeah.
like, and then
Like
even
petting her.
afterwards being like, well, I just want a relationship with my daughter. Well, honey,
Well, Kendra,
Kendra, sweetie,
here we go.
You could never.
I'm
Honey,
gonna modify
come on.
this next question. So if Lauren or Owen walked into your office and is now your client as this is happening, what do you do?
ART, bitch. Let's get it done. Accelerated resolution
get this.
therapy, bitch.
I
Get it out of there. Yeah, I mean, it would be a little.
I would be
a
like,
little deprogramming. I think.
I think I would have to be like, do you feel like your phone is a good thing? Do you feel like you need to have your phone
well,
on you at
that's
all
a
times?
good. Yeah,
'Cause, like,
boundaries with the phone.
Because at one point Owen's parents said they would take his phone at night because the messages were constant at night. I think, and if you were Kendra's therapist, if Kendra plopped into your office after this has happened, so this is like post jail, prison, honey.
Refer out. So sorry.
She would hate me.
Kendra.
I would
Yeah,
be like, girl, what are you doing?
I think I would hear her out, but I mean, I think there would be moments where I would really push her, like when she was like, well, I was raped. And I'd be like, so like, how does that connect? Not just logically, because we know sometimes trauma is
Right.
not logic, but tell me even emotionally how that, like
connects.
make it make sense to me.
Yeah. I think I would probably do the same thing. And I also probably would be like, because she'd be like, well, I really love my daughter and I'm sad I don't have a relationship with her. And I'd be like, I need to tell you, like, this is consequences. Like, consequences to your bit. Like,
You'd have to use that motivational interviewing to be like, okay, what you're saying is you love your daughter.
right. But what you did is
let me pull up this text message where
cyberbully
you talk
her
about
for
her
years.
anorexic flat ass. These two things
well, and it was
don't go together.
again, like she
Make
knew.
it make sense.
I guess Lauren was very like,
yeah.
concerned about like how she was skinny and like, I mean, she was
Sure.
using, so like, no, I would be confronting the shit out of
You
her.
would- yeah, so,
especially
like-
when she was like doing, like saying like all this crazy stuff. Like,
I think for Lauren, you would have to, it would be like deprogramming, like she was in
Yeah.
a cult. Because again, you have to think, I mean, it's no different than say mom was a drug addict and was never there emotionally.
right.
Like this is the same, like your mother was bullying you.
Right. I think I would have to be very like, so do you honestly think it's a good idea to have a relationship with your mom after
Sure.
after this? Like, I mean,
That's
I
a
don't,
hard question to answer.
I
Right.
mean,
right. What does that look
and
like?
and at the end you see she's kind of like, she's like, I think we can talk, but I think it needs to be when
Right.
the time is right.
Exactly.
And honey, the time will never be right. I don't know if I could have a relationship
I don't know.
after that.
Yeah, I think it would be tough. I never say never, but yeah, because you have to think like attachment, right? Like let's
Sure.
get educational attachment. If your mother who birthed you,
Sure.
we assume,
Right. We have no proof.
bullied you,
Right.
how are you going to get with like a man or a woman or anything in between
Yeah.
and feel secure in that relationship?
And trust it. Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'd have to deprogram
yeah,
Miss Lauren.
There would be a lot of work of like maybe trying to enhance insight.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't want to say like develop trust, but like you'd have to do a lot of work on like insight and just being like
Yeah.
trusting your own gut.
Yeah.
Because like, not that was their fault, but like,
right.
I don't know as a person how you could trust anybody ever
But
again.
Kendra, girl, we'd have some tough
We'd have some intensive
convos.
DBT.
Because she'd feed me and I'd be like, girl.
I don't know that I would. It would be one instance where I think I would have to be very like, I would be very challenging and probably confrontational to the point she probably would never come back. But
Probably.
Like, but I mean,
I think she would have it would be like acceptance of like you said, these are consequent, like why ever you did it,
sure,
whether it is legitimate or not.
right.
You have to accept that the actions happened.
Right. We have
there
to
are
practice
consequences to
radical
those.
acceptance And
Honey.
we need to practice different emotional regulation skills.
Right. If we're feeling insecure, we don't bully our daughter.
Right. Maybe we'll go get our nails done.
Maybe we go get our nails done. Maybe we bully someone else, right? Small steps.
Right.
Small
right.
steps.
Harm reduction.
Harm reduction. If I want a relationship with my daughter, will bullying her bring me closer to my goal or further away from my goal?
You're a better therapist than I would be like, girl, what the fuck was that?
Oh, I'm sure I would say that to her too.
And we didn't talk about there was a lot of talk about Munchausen's and like Munchausen's by proxy and like
factitious disorder as it's called.
We need it's been on our
That'd
episode
be a fun
list.
one.
Yeah, it's been on our episode list probably for over a year. We need to do one, but I don't know that this is. I don't know.
think so.
I don't buy that.
I
That's
don't know about that.
what's going on. But anyways, okay. Well, you ready to play Fetch or Flop? We haven't done this in a minute.
Yes.
And it's Catfish edition.
Love.
Fetch or Flop, which I feel like I know the answer for all of these from you, but it's okay. Overanalyzing every text and emoji. Fetch or Flop?
It's a flop.
It is a flop.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I don't even think half the time about my emoji. Well, sometimes I do, but I would say 80% of the time I'm not thinking about the emojis I send. Creating fake drama just to watch reactions.
I mean, in theory, it's a flop, but on
to
the
watch,
outside,
it's a fetch.
I personally would not.
No.
If I'm not in it, it's a fetch.
No. Again, I think the best part of that whole documentary is the body cam footage, and I'll
Wild.
fight anybody about that. Obsessively monitoring social media for clues. Fetch or flop? It's a flop.
It's a flop. Yeah. I mean, you're not a detective. You're not a sleuth.
If you are so sucked into one person's social media.
Oh,
I have a story about this, but I won't get into it.
That's a flop. That's a flop.
Actually, no, I'm going to tell because it's funny. I had broken up with a boyfriend and I had gone out. I think I went on a date with Justin at the time, and I got back to my apartment at like, I don't know, it was like midnight. It was not, and my ex-boyfriend texted me because I had liked something on Instagram, because that was back when you could see when somebody had liked somebody.
Yes.
I'm dating myself. I hate that. Because the actual like app picture was the camera picture, the old one with the brown and the. I know, and not 10 seconds after I did that, I got a text. Why are you up? And I was like, block. I was like, what the fuck is this? Actually, I didn't block him because I needed to know if he was trying to come to my apartment, and he never did. But
that's crazy behavior.
Oh, it was wild.
Why you up?
Yeah.
Because
why are you on Instagram? Why are you on? I said, it's none of your fucking business. I think I said it's none of your fucking business. I'm so horrible. Anyways, that's what made me think of that.
Men.
Panicking every time your phone buzzes.
Flop. I'm so sorry.
Flop.
Get out of here.
God. Last one. Leaving cryptic, creepy messages to stir paranoia. Fetch or flop?
Oh, it's kind of a fetch. I know.
Sorry. I was going to say, this is kind of a fetch. Got to do my vague booking.
That's the traitor in me. Kind of.
The vague booking.
Again, love it on the outside. I love that. I love when people are like, prayers for my family, no questions. No questions.
I will not be answering any
questions.
questions.
Not be answering any questions. Or people will ask questions in the comments and only certain people have responses. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Okay. It's fetch. It's fetch for sure.
My favorite, and I'm so sorry because I know Greg listens because he's a big fan. My favorite is when Justin will tell me that one of his family members will just check into the hospital, but no like status. And I'm just like, I can't take any of that seriously.
I have never check in.
Yeah, they'll check into like one of the local
I've seen
hospitals.
A hospital picture. But I've never seen someone
it'll
check
be
in.
It'll be like, it'll say like the name, it'll be like has checked into like, one of the local hospitals here.
Just like they're at the movie, like watching The Little Mermaid.
And Justin's like, and I'm like, I said, I'm sorry, I cannot take any of it seriously. I said, if you cannot send I'm like, and then no, to my understanding, most of the time they've not texted the family to say like what's going on. It's just a thing on Facebook that you see. I'm like, cut the cameras. Like I can't take it seriously.
I would heart that. I would comment a little like GIF, like prayer hands. Because then I'm sure then the family was like, well, nobody asked me. Nobody asked me about this.
Well,
nobody cares.
That's my petty little ass.
Oh, love that. So, love that for you, Greg.
He'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Next time I see him, he's going to be like,
he'll be like, don't dox me. Don't dox my family.
It's not Greg who does it. It's people in his family who do it.
We love that.
And it happens. I would say it's not often, but it happens a lot.
Love that. I love that.
So anyways, that was Unknown Number.
Yes. Make sure you watch it. Write in. Tell us what you think.
Yeah. I almost would love like an updated like documentary like 10 years from now.
Yeah, like,
just
how are
to
they
see-
doing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
and if Lauren and Kendra if they ever speak again, I don't think it'll happen for a while. The dad kind of seems to be, I don't think he's blocking it, but he's not encouraging contact between Kendra and Lauren.
No, which I think is probably the right.
Yeah.
Not right, but I think that's a good
the move for
good space for him.
Yeah.
To just kind of be like, you know what, that's not my relationship.
Yeah.
Like you need to focus on your relationship with your daughter and let her.
Yeah.
You can guide her if she asks, but like let that kind of.
Yeah, let that sink in.
Because he very clearly did not like her after.
Oh no.
Didn't like Kendra.
Again.
He basically was like, I'm going to beat her up if she stays here. And so, I mean, he almost said that verbatim.
And it would have been justified. I'm so sorry to say that, but it would have been justified because I can't imagine finding out your spouse was bullying your child. And like you guys were like probably actively upset over these messages for almost 2 years. Right. And to find out it was your wife, I don't think anybody could have blamed him if he was like, where's my axe?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Christina, where's the axe?
I don't know.
So
who can say? Only God can judge me.
Shut up. I hate when people do that. Well, yeah, watch it. Let us know what you think. I don't know. That was one for sure. That was good to wreck. So again, another point in your favor. Traders in this.
it's good when I'm on the ball.
Yes, we love to see that. So everybody stay tired
and petty.